Kyi Suu, I would like to find out from you, number one, what the COVID situation is in Myanmar.
As the whole public health system has broken down, so I think we are very much fear of losing democracy than the COVID.
Yeah, that's the irony, and that leads me to my second question, and I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone present in this discussion. How are you and your compatriots and your fellow Myanmars in Myanmar feeling at this point in time? What are the emotions that you're going through?
So as a person of 28 years old, I feel like we have lost future. Like it has been stolen or robbed. This morning, our protest group was cracked down by the police, by the private vehicles. So they hit the protesters by the private vehicles, and they beaten up the protesters, and we had to run and hide. And 6 of us were arrested so far. So every day is uncertain, even for me. It's not that I am so courageous to take to the streets and joining the protest. I was also afraid of getting arrested and getting shot. But, the duty is on us, on our shoulders, because we have got the chance, like in the previous 5 years of this democratically elected government, that we have tasted what it is like to be in a country where you can dream of not anything, but you can implement your dream. But now rights are not equal anymore. The nights are not safe anymore. So I don't want my next generations to be in another like 1 or 2 decades what I have been raised in an emotional level, and I'm also honored to be here to deliver the voices of our comrades. One of my first cousins was headshot in a very small town. By that time, I was watching on live streaming on Facebook, social media. We couldn't do anything to stop that. At least I'm not a specialist in an international law or like international political layouts, but at the human level, we understand that this is our fight. This is the end game to eliminate the dictatorship for once and for all. And we see that we cannot. So our peaceful pro-democracy movement are being brutally cracked down, and people are arrested, like your loved ones got killed. But even so, we strongly believe that the use armed defense forces against the military junta is just the peripheral response to this movement, just to support the major peaceful democracy movement. That's what I want the world to hear.
So my question, Kyi Suu, is this. You know that the next time you go out there and do the peaceful march or protest, your friends, your compatriots, one of you could get shot. What is it that makes you prepared to take that risk of being shot, perhaps fatally?
So because of this morning's crackdown, now I am running and hiding in a safe place. But if I were asked, whether I would go out to take the street to join the protest again, I would say yes. Even when I was hiding and running and with my heart pound. The thing is that I think that drives us to everyday pro-democracy movement is hope, because we have lost over 700 comrades on the way. more than 4,000 are being detained, and most of them are brutally tortured and interrogated in the military camps, and more than 5,000 are on the run because they were overrunted. So I have to keep going on for those who cannot anymore. If we lose this fight, it would be like we cannot know when we can turn this down.
Do you think there could come a point where people from within the military would start thinking more like a Myanmar citizen and go to the side of the people?
Yes, you are right. So we do not have any guns on the street, marching peacefully, and they are using fatal weapons against us. So the only answer to this is the counter coup from the military inside, and some military personnel from the Air Force and also from Navy and also from the inside the police. Some of joining into the Civil Disobedience Movement, and they are joining to the ethnic armed organizations and joining with the people who are trying to be ready for the defense forces to protect the people. This, I think, is a matter of time, because every time we feel tired, we feel hopeless, or we feel scared, we also have to remind ourselves that they are also suffering the same way as we are. Because we all are now facing the economic crisis, especially with the bank run. Yeah, I think this is the fight, not the fight of the strength, but the fight of the grit. Yeah. So this is the answer for me from the ground, from the people of Myanmar. As people of Myanmar, I also like to request you all to have faith in us. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Kyi Suu. Once again, thank you for agreeing to share with us today. You have taught us about the importance of hope in a seemingly hopeless and might I add, godless situation. What strength and belief you need for this. This has been IQ on Dive, where conversations awaken and interest meets action. I leave you with this thought from Martin Luther King. For evil to succeed, all it needs is for good men to do nothing.